California. We know that 8-year-old Sandra Cantu's been missing. Now, this day marks 1 week. Well, there's been some breaking news. Want to give it to you. Let you know a press conference is going to be coming up any minute. We'll take you there live to Tracy, California. But here's what we know. The FBI and Tracy police are raiding a mobile home at the park where Sandra disappeared a week ago. KRON, Cron TV, reporting this. They saw 10 law enforcement cars pull up to a trailer. One man was led away in handcuffs. An FBI evidence team is also on the scene along with a tow truck. Joining us now to talk about this, and again, when the press conference happens, we'll take you there to Tracy, California live. Joining us once again, the aunt of Sandra Cantu, Angie Chavez. And Angie, I want to start with you on this. As you hear this information, hear this breaking news, what is your reaction? It's got twofold, I'm sure. You want information, but I'm sure you also shudder to think what it could be. But go ahead, your thoughts.
I'm hopeful that maybe this is the break that they need
Does everyone...
to get her home.
Yeah. How's the family holding up, Angie?
We're devastated. We all love this little girl, and we just want her to come home.
Yeah. All of us are with you on that. Our thoughts and prayers are with you, Angie. Let's bring in Don Clark, former FBI special agent in charge. Don, as you hear this, again, I want to reiterate with everybody, you're an investigator. You've been in situations like, when you hear all this activity, hear what's going on at that mobile home, what kind of a break do you think we have here?
Well, I'm hoping that it's a very positive break that's going to lead to locating this little girl. You know, Mike, I've just seen too many of these. I sympathize with this family. I've seen what they go through, and so I know what they're doing. And when they see a large law enforcement group that's raiding a home and conducting itself in that fashion, I got to say that there's a reason that they're there. They just didn't by happenstance show up there. They have probable cause. They have some reason to be in that home. And I think the fact that they basically mute on the issue tells me that something is going on there that's going to affect this case one way or the other.
Okay, let's reiterate another detail. Also joining us, Eric Furpo, city editor for the Tracy Press. Eric's been kind enough to join us throughout. He's been covering this since day one. Eric, we knocked out a couple of names before the break. A gentleman by the name of Sinclair. He was even arrested, obstruction. And a gentleman by the name of Frank Wohler, who had admitted to kissing Sandra when she was 6 years old. So it's another gentleman we're talking here that was led away in cuffs, a 44-year-old?
Yeah, not that. In fact, when the police were there, Frank Waller was driving out to his martial arts studio and actually rolled down the window and said, "Hey guys, I can't talk right now." So, I mean, he's been willing to actually talk to the press.
Gotcha. Okay, the press conference is beginning. I believe this is Lieutenant Jeremy Watney with the Tracy Police Department.
I don't see my normal 2-minute warning person, so is everybody ready to go? Good deal. Okay. Good afternoon. We just wanted to update you on some activities that have occurred today. Just a couple things real quick. We were up to about just over 800 leads now total in this investigation. We have been checking vehicles since about 3 o'clock today on Clover, just east of the mobile home park, looking for any leads. The reason why this is being done is we're talking a week later. So we're just talking to people coming in and out, seeing if maybe they saw something that would be useful to us. Not searching, just looking for any sort of information. We served another search warrant today at the mobile home park on one mobile home, towed another vehicle. We had one person that came to the police department voluntarily to answer some more questions. They didn't have transportation, and it's a lot easier to talk to people at the police department than it is, say, in the house. It's a quieter environment. So we brought them to the police department for questioning. They're not being detained. They came voluntarily. They haven't been arrested. There have been no arrests made at this particular point. Tom Sawyer from the governor's office called earlier today offering any sort of assistance. Obviously, they've already let us use their the CHP helicopter on a couple occasions, but he just called us to let us know that if there's anything else they can do, and we do appreciate that. With that, I'll go ahead and open up for any questions. Oh, one other minor thing that you guys might be interested in. Tomorrow morning at the 9:30 press briefing, we will be releasing the mobile home tape. So, sorry, 10:30. It's been a long week. 10:30 tomorrow morning at 10:30's briefing. We will be releasing the mobile home tape. No, the videotape taken by the family surveillance camera out in front of the last time that we saw her.
Questions? What can you tell us about all the activities you saw out there FBI coming in, escorting a man out as he appeared to be handcuffed, and taking up bags of weed and whatnot.
Yeah, the key thing is the handcuff part, they weren't handcuffed. They were just given a lift back to the police department for just more questions. You know, we do some questions out there, we do some questions at the police department. They were not handcuffed, they have not been arrested, they were not detained, they came voluntarily just to make a statement. The activity out there as far as, it's not even really a roadblock, it's just an information center where they're stopping vehicles as they come in and out, just asking, hey, last Friday, were you in the area, did you happen to see anything, did you go into the mobile home park, if you did, what did you see when you went in? The reason why this was done is it's a week later now, and so a lot of people have certain, you know, things that they do on certain days, and we're just covering all the bases on Clover to make sure that we're catching all the people coming in and out and asking them for any tips and leads.
I was going to say, why today, this home, you're saying it's just simply that it's a week later, or did something necessarily lead you to this home to search it for a reason?
The information or the roadblock that we have out there, where we're
Okay, that was Lieutenant Jeremy Watney of the Tracy Police Department. We lost our signal. We have him back, Bruce. Okay, let's listen.
If we could find any more evidence.
Was that based, speaking of that, was that based on a tip, or was that based on something investigators uncovered?
That I do not know. It's going to be one of the two, because we have to have probable cause in order to even get a search warrant. So there's going to be some investigation involved, but as far as the root of the investigation, I'm sure it probably started with the lead or a tip somewhere, but as far as that goes, I can't be specific on that because I don't know. Sure. I can't at this particular point, no.
Is it one person, two people named in that search warrant, and are they focusing on that one home there? Or?
It was just one home there, and then one person and one vehicle at this particular point. Not to say, as we saw the other night with the search warrant, how it slowly expanded over a little bit of time, but that's all that's been done so far.
Does this person know Sandra?
I do not have the details of that.
Just to clarify, one person who came to the police station in question, or one person named in the search warrant?
There's one person named in the search warrant. Okay. And we did have a person come to the police station. I can't put the two of them together.
So you're not saying, I'm sorry, the person that you brought here, you're not saying that's the same person that this was in?
Correct. I can't say that.
Why are police at Sandra's house today?
Sandra's house. When were they at Sandra's house?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I stopped by to visit with the family a little bit earlier today. It wasn't anything about the investigation. I just want to stop by because at this point they're really run down, and they're worried that you know, that they may have been interfering with us, and it was really just to go out there and say that we're still out there searching. We're still going to, you know, doing our best to bring her home. If they had any questions of me, because they've seen me on the news quite a bit, you know, I was there to answer any questions. Any help that I could be. That's strictly it. It wasn't an investigative thing. It was more just checking on the family.
No, we saw agents right there.
Okay, then that wasn't me. They might have just been following up on some stuff out at the family house. I wasn't aware of that. As I said, I went out there shortly after our morning press conference, but I wasn't aware that the FBI was out there too. But a lot of times, as we mentioned yesterday, we're going to be in and out of the mobile home park. We're going to be talking to people repeatedly. Something comes up, we either have to go verify or, you know, find out that it's not true. But, you know, somebody tells us one thing, we got to run back out there and say, you know, and verify it. So we're going to be doing that constantly throughout.
Have they always been involved in this investigation, or just more today?
As far as I know, this was the first time they've been involved. Was today.
How many officers are involved in the investigation from the department? How many departments?
I would say at any one time, probably close to 200 at times, depending on what time of the day it is. Department-wise, obviously Tracy Police Department, the FBI are the two ones at the most, but then total agencies, we're probably looking at 5, 6, 7, depending on the time of day and what we need them for.
All right, you've been listening to Lieutenant Jeremy Watney of the Tracy Police Department as we've had breaking news coming out of Tracy, California in the search for that little girl, 8-year-old Sandra Cantu. Now, what had been reported, what we've been reporting, this is through KRON-TV, that the FBI and Tracy Police raiding a mobile home at the park where Sandra lived. Again, she disappeared a week ago. They saw law enforcement cars pull up. One man led away in handcuffs. An FBI evidence team also on the scene along with a tow truck. So we had that. Now, Lieutenant did say one thing that got our attention, that there are two different people. One person that he mentioned went in for questioning to the police department, and then, but this is a separate person we're talking about. search warrant for one person at one home and one vehicle. So we're going to continue on this. All right, let's bring in Eric Firpo, again, following this since day one, city editor for Tracy Press. Eric, what can you help us?